Alright guys, I hope my drill has enough power to do this. It sounds about dead. But we're gonna give it a shot. And see what we can find wrong inside of this thing. But yeah, there's two screws. Usually they have screws in them with a 4-way Phillips head screw. They just screw straight out of one end of the cover. This happens to be an older one, so it's actually like a long bolt with a nut on each end of it. So let's take one end or the other off. It doesn't really matter which. And pull it apart real slow. This wire right here just kind of slides into the cap. There is a ground connected in there. You'll be able to see where the ground connects with just a simple little screw right there. But if you'll be able to inspect it from here. Check your brushes, all your wires, make sure nothing's burned up, make sure the armature, get it up here, whoops, the armature right here, rotate it around to make sure nothing it hadn't flew apart or burned up. Inspect everything in there. Your bushing is right here, right there. You want to put just a little bit of grease in it. If it looks like it needs to be cleaned it out. It's most of the time they're okay. They just run out of grease. They dry up. Since these basically is only used in the winter, I put a low temp grease on. It's just simply the grease doesn't get thicker as the weather gets colder. There's two different types of grease. There's a high temp and there's a low temp. High temp, I hope I'm saying this right. High temp will tend to break down and get kind of watery in hot weather. But in cold weather it gets really thick. Low temp grease stays pretty much the same, which you should not be running it in a hot weather climate. Some people do, some people don't. But yeah, I use a low temp grease. It don't matter if you take a little bit out of your grease gun or if you have a little bit in a little container. A lot of people will just use white lithium. That's fine too. If I'm out of low temp, I will just use a little bit of white lithium in here. Yeah, we'll get the grease and get some grease in it.